Yes, it is Monday.
Monday, yes.
Marvelous Monday.
Oh, yeah, it's a great day.
I like that. Marvelous Monday. Weather was beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it was a great day today.
Weekend was wonderful.
Yes, it was.
Spent time with you. We just really had a really good time this weekend.
Yeah.
Did a retreat, so it was really good.
Yeah.
So Kenneth, you know your girl. Well, let me do this before I check in with you. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll know when we come in.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to know when we come in. So I just wanted to say that we appreciate all the subscribers that we've had thus far. We appreciate you all subscribing. We appreciate the comments, the questions.
Yes.
We appreciate all of that. So I just want to say keep it coming. Make sure you continue to share so people can hear about us.
Yeah, because without you all, that won't be us.
Exactly.
Without you all, that won't be us.
Yeah.
We're doing this because you enjoy it, we enjoy it, okay?
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we
Thank
appreciate
you so much.
that.
Yes.
So, Kenneth, you know your girl like to check in with you.
Okay.
How you feeling today?
Well, today is a good day. It's Monday. It's the day that the Lord has made. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. So it was a good day today.
Okay.
How about yourself?
You know what? Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. Yeah, this is a good day. This is a good month. This is your girl's birthday month. I'm pumped. I'm excited.
Yes.
You know I am.
Yes, all month long she's going to be celebrating.
Yes, I am.
I'll be
excited.
right there with her celebrating.
You're going to be right there with me. He already gave me a pre-gift, and babe, I appreciate you.
Okay,
he already gave me a gift. I'm excited about the pre-gift.
Started off right.
He kicked it off just great, and I'm just looking for more to come. More to come.
You want more to come?
Yeah, you got to step it up. You done stepped it up thus far. You got to keep it stepped
Much
up.
is given, much is required.
Exactly.
I understand that. You deserve every bit of it. Whatever you get this month, you deserve every bit of it.
I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Kenneth, we're going to just jump right into it.
Okay.
I had it was an email someone sent me.
Okay.
So they sent me an email and they just kind of said, and it's really two, so I kind of going to chime in together.
Okay.
Because I got two and I didn't want to do them two separate times, but to me they kind of go hand in hand.
Okay. Makes sense.
So they said, Dear the Davisons, that's us.
Okay.
Dear the Davisons, I'm currently in a situation where we are married.
Okay.
We've been married now for about, they just put a question mark because they didn't really want to tell me how long, which I get.
Okay.
They said they've been married for a while, question mark. And they said, I decided that I no longer wanted to be with my husband. I decided that I would ask him to leave. And we just take a break. We kind of talked about taking a break before, not breaking up.
Yeah, but you want to ask him to leave?
Okay. So
get out the house?
I get that's what I'm just reading what it's saying. Okay. So it said I asked them to leave. Now that I've asked them to leave, before I asked him to leave, he asked me not to do this. He said, please don't allow this. Whatever it is, let's try to work it out. Please, let's try to stay together.
Okay.
Now that we're no longer together, I'm having second thoughts.
Oh, okay.
My question to you is, I'm having second thoughts, but I'm all in. Not sure if he's all in. What could you do to help?
Wow.
You said wow at the same time. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I'm all in, but you're not all in. Because I asked you to leave.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm not because you put me out.
Well, I asked you to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked you. I said, well, let's leave. I guess it was so bad that I asked you to leave. Okay? That's one. That's why I'm going to kind of tie that together.
Okay, gotcha.
So we got two. So the other one is ask and say, Dear Kenneth. Oh, they sent this one to you.
Personal.
Kenneth. Dear Kenneth. Kenneth, I'm currently in a situation. We've only been married a little bit over a year. Young marriage.
Yeah.
Been married over a little bit of a year. We originally had decided to relocate to another state.
Okay.
Then, all of a sudden, we decided that this is not what we wanted. We decided that, moving here wasn't what we thought it was going to be.
Okay.
So as the move and transition started, I think the stress level got so high and upset that I put my husband out. I had him to leave.
Okay.
And so now he's moved back to where we originally from. Now I keep coming back to see him, and I want him to come back home where our home is.
Wow.
So where we transition.
I see how you tying those two in together. Okay.
So what can I do to win him back over?
Wow.
Because I put him out. So Kenneth, we get two.
It's two guys.
Yes, two.
Both of them have been asked or either been assisted on getting out.
Correct.
Okay.
So the situation I see is that's why I kind of tied them in together.
Yeah,
but it was
okay.
two different ones, and I said, you
that.
know what?
I understand.
There's no sense in me doing two different topics.
Almost on the same
on
level.
the same thing.
Yeah.
So Kenneth, I'm just that was interesting. I'm just saying, okay, the first one, even when I read this, I know I had to read it a couple of more times before I even thought about it. I was like, because I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of times I make this shorter than what the email is. The email is extremely long.
Okay.
Sometimes they give me a
longer
lot
than
more
the show is.
Exactly. Sometimes they give me a lot more details. Sometimes they give me limited details. So I try to ask questions here so that you'll know what where I'm going or why I need to know this, because this helps us. But Ken, it was just interesting to me when I read the first one that. Okay, and I always like to use you and I, and I'm just saying hypothetical. You and I asked you to leave.
Our situation gets so tough that you asked me to leave.
I'm asking you to leave. I'm saying, Kenneth, this is too tough. I'm not saying go to another bedroom. I'm not saying go to another part of the house.
Okay. I'm
asking you to pack your stuff and you can get out.
Wow. And then on the other hand, I'm trying to calm you down and say, let's not do this. Let's not try this right now.
From what I'm right,
yeah,
you're saying,
okay.
Let's not go to this. Let's not get this to this
deep
degree.
Into
this deep to where I'm out of the home.
Right.
You said let's do whatever we can so that I can stay here. Maybe, and like I just said, you probably even suggested let me go to another room, let me go to another part of the house. But I'm like, I just don't want you here at all.
Wow. And like you said, there's a lot to unravel there because my goodness, it's the situation has gotten so to the extreme that you had to put me out or you had to ask me to get out, one of the two.
Right.
One of those situations. And it must have been pretty tough.
Well, see,
you didn't want me in there at all.
Well, and I agree, it must have been tough. But and the older I get, and the more I'm understanding y'all, what my aha moment was, just because you're wrong. Just because you're right doesn't mean I'm wrong. I just haven't seen it from your point of view.
Okay.
Also, I look at that. It may be tough for me, but not as tough for you.
Right.
So you're saying it's that tough. You didn't feel like it was that tough because you were saying, no, let's not do this.
Yeah, let's not get to that extreme. Can we just, tap the brakes on this a minute or two?
Right.
Because, we've seen, and I've seen in instances, and you have too seen instances there. Once the couple has moved out and split up, that opens the door for a whole lot of stress, strain, and a whole lot of influence in the marriage.
Exactly.
That allows the enemy to come in and push us even further apart.
Yes.
So that's why we try to tap the brakes to say, look, it's not that bad where we have to move out.
Right.
We can just move into another room, maybe.
Right. We
said
that. We
or either, move into the garage or something. Anything. In the living room, in a den, anywhere. In order to keep it together so the enemy won't have enough room to get in there and move us out of the way, Because once we allow him to separate us, we've seen it that it's hard to bring that back together. Okay. It's hard to bring that back together. I mean, you almost have to, both of you all have to be so sorrowful that we can get back together then. But if it's not, I mean, it's going to be tough.
I laugh because I love some of your terminology. What is so sorrowful?
You sorry? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, baby. And I'm so sorry, honey.
So sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, baby.
I love it,
I'm so sorry, baby.
I know what you were saying, but I just love it.
I didn't really mean it. Can we both see eye to eye, get back? I mean, that's what I mean.
I know.
But if you allow the enemy to push you out the door, I mean, what other means would he do? He would go to drastic means to completely destroy the marriage. He doesn't care. The enemy doesn't care about you. Well, maybe if I go out and get a little air and come back, things might change. He even put so much stuff in between there to make the situation so, tough that, you don't see any way to come back.
And your girl, she always like to throw it on you and just kind of ask you those questions that you don't probably want to answer. So, Kenneth, did it ever get too tough where you felt like in the first marriage that I could leave. I know you looking
Yeah.
at what. That
Yeah.
I could leave.
I'm thinking about it now. Yes, I got to go 26 years ago,
fine. I want you
27, 30 years ago, and figure this thing out. But it did. It could get. It had gotten tough where I could have
took a break.
I could have left.
All right.
Because like I said, back then I wasn't really a strong Christian.
Okay.
I was one of them old lukewarm, weak Christians, where it didn't take much to nudge me and say, hey, take a stand or not take a stand, Together we stand divided we fall.
Okay.
But back then, as I'm looking now, it could have gotten to that point.
Okay.
If I hadn't, just opened my eyes and
so
said, look.
What made you decide to, and I know you talking about your son. Your
children
son
involved. There was children involved. There was children involved. And I looked at that too. I said, if it's so tough, if this situation in our marriage and our relationship is so tough that I have to leave,
right?
What do I expect the kids to do?
Exactly.
If it's tough on me and I'm an adult and these are kids, right. How can they handle that?
Exactly.
So I thought about that. I said, this thing is so tough that I want to leave. I got to leave my kid here and he's got to be involved in this also.
Right.
So it kind of made me want to tap the brakes and say, look, tap the brakes, slow down, and try to rethink this thing. But sometimes you can be in such a heat of the moment. You ladies, y'all can get us so mad sometimes. And then us guys, we can get y'all so mad sometimes that we're not even thinking. We're not, we just take drastic measures. And I want you out of my way. Right. I want you out of my life for right now. So I can think, so I can come to some kind of conclusion on what I want to do.
Exactly. So you're almost at a point where you say, enough is enough.
I can't stand no more.
I can't stand no more. I can't take no more. But to me, at that point, you're going on, your adrenaline is your emotions. So you're allowing your emotions to take charge versus you trying to take charge and say, let me think about this and see what I want to do.
Right.
But what you're doing is your emotions out there, you're upset, you got this going on, and you're like, I just can't take this no more.
Mm-hmm. And you don't want to get to that point.
Right.
So you don't want to get to that point because you start making drastic decisions to do the wrong thing.
Correct.
And that's what we see in this instance.
That's what I see
like we see in both of these instances.
Right.
Where both of us are so mad, both of us are so angry, both of us are so hyper that, we want to, I just want to get you out the way.
Because see, even with the second one, they said that she put them out. They put them out. So
right.
So the second one, if I put you out and now I want you back, how do I get you back and I put you out? First one, I kind of asked you, should we leave? The second one don't look like you said, no, I'm staying. It looked like I just said, no, you getting out. And I just start putting your stuff out.
And I was thinking about him because he wanted to take a time out. Seemed like to me, he wanted to take a time out. He said, please, don't make a drastic decision right now.
Okay.
Take the time and let's see if we can come to. But I guess
you talking about the first one?
Yeah, I guess we made each other so mad that you wanted me to go ahead and get out.
Right, but I'm talking about the second one where I put you out. So if I put you out, then now I want you back. How do I win you back? And I'm the one that initiated and said. See, and that's why both of these are tough for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna be
because the one that has been to put out, it's hard. I mean, if we don't watch it as men, and I'm gonna tell you this about us as men, our egos get in the way and say, okay, if she felt that good, if she felt that tough about putting me out, I'm just gonna go ahead on and not even worry about it anymore.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead on and be a man and go ahead on and try to get my own thing and get my own apartment maybe, or get my own place and do my own thing.
But see, if you're already out, to me, you've already done that. You're not out living in your car.
Right. Absolutely.
You're not out living on the street.
That's what I'm saying. My ego stroked now.
Some stuff
you made my ego mad now because now here I am now. I got to be a man to take care of myself. So as I'm trying to take care of myself now, and then all of a sudden you call me and say, I want you back now. Or can you come back now?
Can you come back now?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Dad. See, the Christian man in me, the Christ man in me would probably say, can you humble yourself and come back? Or the stubborn man would say, look, she done put me out now. I got my own place. And now she want me to come back.
So since you put it that way, so as a Christian man.
Now you want me to come back?
Me saying as a Christian woman, I did unchristian-like things.
Unchristian-like things. Okay, all right.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying.
Hit me with that thing.
I did unchristian-like thing and put you out. But now I've came to my senses. The Lord done whipped me a little bit, and I'm saying, okay, Kenneth, I know. So as a Christian, would you be willing to just, since we're talking about Christianity,
right.
So would you be just willing? Well, yeah, let me do the Christian thing to do is for me to come on back. So you just want to come on back.
No, it's not going to be that easy. As a Christian man, it's still not going to be that easy because we have both of us let our feelings and our emotions get in our way.
We did.
We have both let them get in our way. We didn't do the Christian thing and think about it at first. So all of a sudden now you want to reverse it.
I know. So now Kenneth, the Lord say turn the other cheek. So come on back.
Okay. Forgive each other. We got to learn how to forgive each other.
Right.
But see, I'm glad you said that. Now we got to put some stuff in place.
Like what?
It's not going to be the same as it was when I left.
What do you mean by that?
I want us to start talking about what got us to this point where we're both so angry, we're both so mad and frustrated that you put me out, you wanted me to get out, and now you want me back. What did we do? I know. We're not going to just come back at business as usual. We can't do that.
I agree.
Because next thing you know, we'll be right back in that same situation. We're going to have to set some boundaries up. So we're going to set some strategies up and say, look, what can we do to mend the fence so we won't get in this predicament again?
See, and I agree. But so just me saying
I want you
my
back.
Word and you got my word, I'm not going to do it. I wouldn't, for me to call you and try to really see you and spend all this time with you. I'm not going to do all this if I wouldn't put you out again. I'm just saying, if you heard all of this.
All that sounds good. All that could be true. In your eyesight. It could be true in your eyesight. But in
yours?
But in my eyesight, we're going to have to sit down and come to the table and find out what's going to be the new rules here.
Okay.
What we're going to do to prevent this from happening again.
And what can we put in place?
Absolutely.
Like so
this won't happen again. Because if we don't come up with some kind of strategy or some kind of,
boundaries,
common ground here to say, look, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to have to learn how to humble myself and tone down. Mm-hmm. You got to learn how to humble yourself and tone down. We both got to learn how to take a time out when we get mad and angry.
Right.
Go and calm down. Yeah, go and calm down for 30 minutes to an hour and come back and address the situation.
Okay.
Because these issues are not going to stop coming.
See, and I agree. And that's the way I look at it. When I thought about this and I was like, okay, even when I was reading this, I was thinking, okay, I done put Kenneth out and whatever it was, it got me so mad that I put you out.
Right.
It was something you've done that made me that mad that I had to put you out.
Right.
Now all of a sudden I thought about it and said, well, you know what? It really wasn't that bad. I'm just saying. It wasn't that bad because I'm asking you to come back.
Right.
So it was bad at the time, but now it's not that bad to where now I want you back.
Is it at the end of the month or the beginning of the month?
When
you want me back?
What difference is that?
I'm just asking a question. You want me to come back now because the beginning of the next month it's time for the bills to be paid.
Well, yeah. Okay, I didn't think about that.
See?
The end of the month, I probably do need you right now.
Yeah, right.
But I'm just saying, Kenneth, I think these are, because outside looking in, Kenneth, like you kind of said, to me, and I don't know, I didn't ask, but I just would like to know, are these Christian couples? Okay. That would be my first question. I would just like to know that.
I'm glad you asked that question.
I just want to know
because normally when we're sitting down and we're talking to couples, the first question we ask,
we do always ask,
outside the second one, is that, are you all Christians? And if they say no, we're okay with that. If they say yes, we're okay with that. Majority of them say yes, we're Christians. We are born again Christians. We're Bible believing Christians. We understand all of that. Yes, we all understand all that. And then after that line right there, then everything else goes out the window.
It does. Because like you say, they cursed at each other. They talk bad to each other. Some of them even put their hands on each other. They put some people out. They ask some people to leave. So I'm just saying, where do we
draw the line in the sand?
Where do we draw the line in the sand? When are we going to come out? And we often say this to me. When are we going to step up and come out?
Right. Everybody else is coming out the closet, but us Christians.
Well, we need to step up and come out. And people need to see more healthy relationships. And I don't think we see healthy relationships at all. I don't think we see enough of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you said that right. Yeah. But at the same time, how are we gonna address that though?
What do you mean how we gonna address it?
First, if they say they're Christians and they're doing this, then what? If they say they're Christians and they're acting like this,
Because to me, what we do is we mainly put the mirror in their face.
I call them on the carpet.
We call them on the carpet. I mean, we don't just let them slide and say, well, just because you're Christian, well, we know it's like that.
Everybody get mad.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people feel like, as a Christian, I've been wanting to say this and I'm not going to say it today, that you have a free pass. And what I mean by that, you talking about, we feel like as Christians, if I mess up, I'm human. First thing somebody say if they messed up, okay, if I put you out and I done hit you and all that, okay, I'm human. I'm human, I'm not perfect. We know that. So I think I can keep doing what I'm doing. Or even if I cheat, I cheat.
I'm looking at you real crazy.
I know if I cheat, I can keep cheating. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I can go to the Lord and say, Lord, please forgive me. Then I can go do it again. Then next day, I can just say, okay, Lord. So to me, I'm just saying, that's what I see. You asking me, that's what I see us as Christians. And I'm painting a broad brush because a lot of times we're doing stuff that does not resemble Christ. And our pastor asked us this, and I'm just asking, could you be found guilty of being a Christian?
Or you be exonerated on all charges?
Or would you be exonerated of all charges? Could you be found guilty of being a Christian?
Is that enough evidence out there to convict you as a Christian? I understand that. I understand that too.
But that's what I'm saying.
And we have to look at that too.
It's almost like you get a free pass. But to me, for these two, you all need to come together and communicate, have that conversation. Because what we have to do is just even see, are we willing to reconcile?
Right. One
party is, but is the other party willing to reconcile? In order for us to get that, because the relationship has not been revived, it's almost none and void on one side. So we got to revive that thing first.
Right.
Once we revive it, we can start reuniting it.
Right.
Bringing it together, trying to see if we can communicate and then try to restore that thing. Because I think what's happened is our communication has dropped. When communication has dropped, everything else has dropped, everything else get in the way, and that's why we're in the situation we are.
Yeah, and so that's what we need to, that's what I said, it has to be a conversation.
It has to
in order for the doors to be opened back up for both of these situations. Because there's men involved and there's women involved. And both of us going to have to come back to the table and say, are we willing and ready to roll up our sleeves? Okay. Go to work, because there's going to be some work involved. This is not easy to resolve. It's going to roll your sleeves up, get back to work, and try to see, can we come up with some kind of plan? I'm not going to say no compromise either, because compromise is not feasible in a Christian environment. Okay. You don't worry about compromising. We need to come up with some kind of feasible plan that, hey, from this point on, we need to work it like this. You know, and I asked a guy one day, I said, man, what would Jesus do in the situation that you're in? What would you think Jesus would do? Well, I mean, I know he wouldn't act like me. You know what you wouldn't? He wouldn't act like your wife either. Jesus would, he would take the Lord. He said, look, both of us need to humble ourselves, move ourselves out the way, and then see where we can become more Christ-like, Christ-centered. Right. If you can do that, and that's the big thing for men. It's hard for a man to humble himself in a relationship, in a marriage, in a situation, if he's not already moving himself out the way.
Correct.
If he has not learned how to take up the cross and follow Jesus, it's going to be hard for us to humble ourselves as men. Mm-hmm. So in both of these situations right here, we're going to have to learn how to humble ourselves and say, look, where did I go wrong at? First of all, I'm not going to look at LAVIDA. I'm not going to worry about her right now. I'm going to worry about Kenneth. Where did I go wrong at to make this situation so hostile that we both were ready to get put out? Where did I go wrong at? And so once I get the mote out of my eye, then I'll be able to help you. So that's what my job is to do. My job as a man, both of these guys, they're going to have to humble themselves to see where they went wrong at. And you can come back to the table with your wives and say, look, I see where I messed up at. Okay. I see where I've done wrong at. I see where I made you mad at. I see where I made you angry at. Can you forgive me?
And then
in order to try to move forward.
And then the wives need to come and say, okay, I see where I played a part as well.
Right.
I messed up too. So we realize we both in agreements that we both messed up this thing.
Right.
So what can we do from this point forward? What can we put in place to get this thing on track?
Because it's not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy because, the damage is there. Damage has been done. It is out there now. So we're going to have to do some repair. We're going to have to start doing some repair work. Yes. And I think, first of all, we got to ask for forgiveness. then humble ourselves and learn how to forgive each other.
Right.
If we can ever do that, then we can start seeing reconciliation take place.
Right. And I think that's key. So make sure you all do that. To me, that's the best advice we can give you all on that, is to humble yourselves, forgive each other, so you can move it forward. Because at the end of the day, again, we're trying to revive it, reunite and restore this thing. Because if you could ever do that, and the reason why I came up with those 3 R's, because that's what, to me, that's what happened to us. And what I mean by us, that's what the Lord did to us. He revived us because we was probably deep in sin. He revived us. Then he reunited us back with him. And then that way we got to be able to be restored. So that's the reason why I came up with those. And so
that's going to be, that's not a simple answer. It's not a simple obligation to do. But both of you all couples are going to have to come up with that plan and make it work.
Yes.
You're going to have to do that in order to get these marriages back on track.
Yes. So thank y'all for staying tuned in.
Yes.
Don't forget to join us next week. We're excited about the show. We're pumped. We enjoyed you listening. And don't forget, share it. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. And tell a friend. Have a good evening.
See ya.
Good night. Bye.